Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. It's amazing when you get up in the morning. How do you feel? I keep saying that to everybody. Do you actually feel better? Or do you feel worse? Or what's going on? We have to understand how powerful it is to get into protection, right? That's what we're going to do today. I really want to get into this more and more because you have to understand everything is you of all levels of protection, how to protect yourself through all position locations when you're faced with things in front of you, side of you, or back of you. I mean, it's all about intuition, condition, location, those conditions. Women are extremely informative when they feel that somebody is in the back. They're walking forward and they feel like somebody's watching them. Intuition, right? How does that happen? It's all levels of awareness. It's the energy. Energy travels. It's all connected to protection. Light streams, light interference, light programs, light line connections, all levels, force line positions, energy field position, force line position calculations. It's all position of you to understand how to use you in all connections of light. See, you can't even see my hand. See? See how it just disappears? Right? Now, to understand you through force of light, you have to protect yourself through the avatar. And the avatar, see, you can't even see my thumb. See, you can't even see my hand. It's amazing. So it's a thought that changes the position locations. But everything has to come out of the mind first. Program setting location is past. In position location is back to the heart. That's the remember. Because you have a heart, you just have to understand how to use it. And once you get out of all program line center, you come into self-healing. We already know that through its conditional locations. You're creating these all levels of anomaly. Every time you're sleeping, you're not really sleeping, you're coming into memory. I bet you didn't know that, right? I did a very powerful video on TikTok today on highline center locations, specific locations, all levels. Understand condition, rotation, and interference. That was yesterday, but I'm always ahead of time. So I'm in a 24 sequence locations. That's the only way I can understand line centers of you through energy traction interference. So it's all about understanding where you travel through high time, rotations, interference, location, news conditions. So every single day, I'm protecting my system. I have to. And that's the true understanding is that you come first and then you come with your kids. You protect you, which protects everything around you. That's the true understanding. You're not aware of these things because you can't see through perception yet until you understand more of your program. And to release that is from the head space. You have to come into the heart space. And that's the true understanding where you come into all levels of truth of who you are through its avatar. Right? Mostly understand these things because when you're basically get into visionaries and you're about to go to bed, right away you have no control. Your eyes shut. This is where you have to understand. My eyes are shut, but on the other side, my eyes are open. It's all open right now, and I'm laser directing, laser directing, laser directing. Things here, 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 here. Northwest, south, and east. Diamond core line center position location. So something's coming at me, energy field. Force line position. Okay, energy bubble, change colors, line streams. Okay, so that's what I'm connecting with. All right, now I'm going to travel somewhere else. Oh, planet line center, the moon, in position off track line conditions. Oh, got to change my plasma lines, my track location, stream interference, done through equation. So I already protected myself through two different force fields. Isn't that amazing? Right? This is the true understanding when you come into a level of you through vocabulary, where you come into your sonars, or where you come into a levels of your alpha waves, your deltas, thetas, betas, and your megas, your communication line conditions. You have to understand how to use this, right? Through all levels, especially when you come into waves, alpha waves, delta, theta, beta, and omega. You have to understand position, location, to triangulation. Triangulation is all levels of shape. I sent you a very powerful TikTok yesterday stating everything through E equals MC square. Saying how many levels are there? Infinite number, but you're always in the center. It doesn't matter wherever I go. I'm in the center. This is the center. This is the center. But to you, it's left and right. But to me, it's all in the center. You never leave the center because you're in a plasma bubble. You understand? So the only way you can get out of that center is if you change the headspace to the mind and you leave the heart. Now you're in trouble because you're no longer centered now. And you're going to go all over the map. until you get back in positions to its center operation position location to its fields. So it's very important to understand these things. So if I line signal and I'm in the center of all operation, it's all about triangulating everything through connections and being connected to everything and anything you communicate to all levels of your senses. Okay. Your sightings, your ears, your voicing, your thoughts, your connections, your mind screen, inner line, center location to its connections, genetic patterns, genetic interference, line position locations, your geotheorem interference, your bio connections, your biosurface, you know, the braining line center interference location of protection. It's all position of view through the avatar system when you start traveling more through the mind connections, right? Because you're always doing what? Trying to protect yourself from everything else, right? It's all through its universal awareness, right? But it's got to be through the heart. And these things take time, right? So try to get into that position and you realize, oh, I feel really good today because I really connected to this level. And now I'm starting to connect with that level. And now I'm understanding this level. So you're really connecting more, right? To the heart. So the heart follows the mind follows space and time. That's how it works. Of 3, 6, and 9. Okay. And then you get position locations. The more you stay in the heartline center, it doesn't matter where you go through fluctuation line conditions. The sun can be in anywhere position. This is what it is. This is all it is. So if you want to change your thought positions, as long as you stay in your heart, in this case, you can add this 3 line here, 6 here, and 9 at the bottom. So it's like, so this sun change position. It'll change position, go this way, that way, this way, but it's always in a magnetic line channel. It's always in a Y position location of flux capacitor. It's position of you to understand the ground locations. So your ground's in center, your power's in center, and everything the sun and moon is still in position. This is where you don't have to worry about finding Waldo. Is Waldo there? Is Waldo there? You know, finding Waldo. So it's kind of like understanding, you look at the book of Waldo and you see everybody around. That's the distraction. Where's finding Waldo? Well, let's look at the fact that Waldo doesn't change clothes. So once you find the pattern, you can understand the code. Unless the creator that created that and changes the clothes, it gets a little bit more difficult of where he's hiding, right? So it's really interesting you come across this, especially when you come into crowds. Are they wearing the same clothes? Do they wear something different? It's identifying everything. And that's what humanity is not aware of. That's what the avatar is aware of every single day, is that they're more universally aware of what they see. Different boots, different shirt, different jacket, right? These are the things you pick up every single day. Hey, you wore that 2 days ago. Why? You're connecting that system locations. So that means they still have the force fields up, but it's at a different level of system locations. So this is true understanding. They can have the same fields up, which is in their same thoughts. They're either depressed or anxiety or they're stressed or whatever. But it's the force field line center, which is connected to the aura. Aura, everybody has an aura. That's all those position locations. Are they connecting with the mind line center of the mind, position location of the male aspect, or are they the female aspects? So you have to understand, are they balanced with their life or are they off signal? Are they connected to the space of the mind, of the brain, or are they connected to the heart line center? It's all levels of you to understand the track location protection. All right. That's basically understanding. All right. So today in class, 5-10 minutes before we get started, we're going to travel to a planetary line center. Information channel location. So it's going to be, we're going to go into calculations. I really want you guys to get in friendships and relationship partnerships to your avatar. So we're going to set up a wall signal. Everybody's going to be in a formation of alliance. All your avatars are going to stand in one row line system. You're going to look at the wall, focus on that wall. You're going to see the avatar come out just a little bit, just like peekaboo. It's going to come out about this far. And it's going to glide around, get to know the atmosphere. You know, this is for people to understand, to actually see the avatar come out of your body. I said that very powerfully yesterday. When you come friendship relationships with yourself, you understand, whoa, I do have an avatar. Whoa, I do have a soul. Whoa, I do have an inner child. The inner child wants to come out and play. That's what it is. So it's getting used to its space, time, its continuum of its thought. That's a connection where it comes into force line connections. So when you get that position location, yes, you drink water. That's the most important thing. but I'm going to set up a digital wall graph line center location to its connections. All right. So we're going to go into the Nebula Cruiser. Nebula Cruiser is a highline interference location, digital wall interference location of planetary system. Nebula Cruiser highest system locations is all levels of solar direction locations. All right. So I set the planet line center interference locations. All the observers are going to basically try to understand what the avatar is to them. Okay. So when we travel through the connections, the Nebula Cruiser, it's all about understanding crater surface, crater grounds, calculation modification of the planet's surface. So it's all about understanding how to see yourself going through a portal, how to understand a vortex through a channel, how to understand and go through calculations, how to modify all levels of signals, how to understand the power line centers, how to understand your G field line position location to its avatar system. So travel is very important because you're doing that every single day. Faster than you think, faster than you know, faster through calculations. All right. All right. So we're going to go through a white wall line center. See, white wall line center. See that? White wall line center. Okay. So we go through that calculations. We're going to go through a green line system. You have to understand the calculation modifications. If the digital pad is not in the right program setting, if my computer is not in the time sequence location of clocking system, and if my positions of all levels of my phone is not in the right location of time reference, what happens? Solar graphs go off. Everything is miscalculated, misinformed, misconstrued into a virus. Very simple, very easy, very fast, right? So it's mostly important to understand that this is intelligence. My phone's intelligence. And you're aware that your computer that's in front of you is intelligence. It comes into its own formation, right? So you have to start thinking and becoming an intelligence of you as the avatar and really understand how to balance levels of vibration on everything that you calculate through its conditions because you're using your senses every single day, right? All right. So here comes the Nebula Cruiser. It's a very powerful planet. Okay. There's the planet line center. All right. All right. It's going to color it in line channels, coloration program position locations. All right. So as the thing is too, is the Rebellion and the GFLs will come in calculation what this planet is because they've been there. Everything I give you is soul memory, right? So, oh, I've been there. Whoa, this is awesome. So it comes into that calculation modification to its conditions, right? So that's it there. All right. So it's got a digital line lock, interference line position locations, set up the wall unit interference line position, dot and position locations. That's you in calculation, right? Now we're going to go through a swirling line center. Now, swirling line center is truly understand. If you are understanding your protection line grids, you understand position location to its avatar system. So we're going to go through a swirl, going to go through a swirl, going to go through a swirl, going to go through a swirl like this in calculation. All right. Now we're going to go through wall line interference and position location and calculation. All right. Now you always have to have a flux capacitor. You already know that through calculations. All right. Wall line center, wall line center, wall line center. Okay. Wall line center, wall line center. What does this look like? What does this look like? What does it look like? Right? Looks like a book. Right? So you have to stand the pages of the book. Right? These are the pages of the book. Right? They're open. Right? We're going to line cross signals and location to position. All right? It's fascinating when you come more into the mind of its heart system. The modifications to its locations. See the intelligence? See it? See the eyes? See how it's coming together? You see it? Everything is a form of intelligence. See the intelligence? Look. That's a Nebula Cruiser. Nebula Cruiser location is intel location to its conditions. Okay? So in position locations, we're going to the wall graph interference. The avatar is coming into track center. Okay? So here's your avatars in position location. High level system location to its conditions. All right. I'm going to set up the operation line center in position locations. You guys are now looking at a wall line center. That wall line center is a plasma line interference. It's program location to its conditions. All right. It's like forming an alliance in position location to direction. All right. 5-10 minutes, focus on the wall. right? Plasma line center. I have you guys looking at a wall right now. You don't have to look at an actual wall. I'm just showing you this is all level conditions where you come in the planetary line center. So you're actually looking at a wall through the conditions. So your physical adaptation is opening up cycles and you're seeing the avatar come out very quickly, very fast. Right there it is there. High signal line interference line position location. This is unit physical line interference in position locations, in direction, in calculation. All right? In direction line systems to the Nebkrezier. All right? Nebkrezier high interference. So it's set up position location and calculations. Now, wave graph interference is all levels of page interference. So it's like film strips on a movie where basically has, so many frames. So it's like constantly moving. All right. So the track line centers is all position locations into direction. One going this way and one going this way in location. All right. So it's really interesting when we come in position location into calculations, how it redirects all line centers to get you information in center line operation, okay, to its avatar system. So the avatars are going to pop out of the wall line center, okay, like this. They're above the system now. They're above the system. You're starting to see it. It's coming out of these atmospheres for the very first time. The rebellion and position location, they're already in directions. They already know what's going on. There's program setting. So they went from here to here. Okay, so now they're getting just used to the atmosphere, flying around. Hey, this is great. I'm coming out. Yeah, this is awesome. Peekaboo. Condition line conditions. Hey, this is fun stuff. And then we're going to get into force line centers of force fields. Stream interference, light interference locations of your rainbows. How you come into different force field line centers. This is all you through protection location, position locations, guys. All right, so now it's flying around, getting to know the atmosphere locations. All right, from this to this, right? All right, so I'll give you guys 5-10 minutes, and then we set position locations, we realign line center locations, put you guys back into your connections of your vessels. Your communication interference, your plasma line center interference location to its projection. High system location to its connections. All right, got some water. Yeah, it looks like a book. All right. I really want you guys to see your avatars come out. A lot of people they're losing focus, clarity. See, when you see actual light come out of your body, you start thinking, wow, okay, now I understand. Like, this is real. I mean, it doesn't get any more real like that. It's the transformation of you that has to understand its transmutation, transhumanism. What's going on with my body? It's mutating. It's vortexing. It's traveling through space and time of its continuum of its thoughts, guys. That's what this all is, right? So it's amazing what you can do through a computer of its conditions, all through a book. All right. So how's everybody doing so far? And then what I'm going to do is I'll take you out to position. It's just doing a little peekaboo, and then it's going to go back in. And then we're going to go through plasma lines of the sun. You have to stand wide, so important to travel through light, speed, acceleration, Mach system, location of time, position of time, capacity, location, anything through plasma walls. Get out of high line center interference, protection line interference locations, all levels of rainbow active line conditions. And everything through your position is extremely important through protection. Okay? All right, let's see. Frontier, how you doing? Yoga, how's it going? Nikki, how's it going? Val, Trey, Belle, Sarah, Sam, John, Sandy, Sharon, Jill, Airbender. Been getting bits and pieces in my dreams. Yeah. To understand it's real is to understand why it's real, is to understand why and see it's real. That's the calculations you guys have to understand. Because it doesn't make any sense if you can't see it. Right? Perfect example. If you can't see it, how are you going to understand anything? But once you start seeing these things, you start, whoa, this is really cool. because light's there for me. See? Where's my hand? Where's my arm? See? Peekaboo. You know, it's just, see what light does? It's amazing how you really get correlation of panels in your protection grid, right? But you have to form line centers because this light can change as soon as you change your thought. Look at the reflection highlighting the interference in my computer location to the lacing line position of plasma line center, which is nothing but blue interference, right? You see it? You see that? See that dot going around? See that? See it traveling right through my eye? You see that? Right? Teleportation line center of an orb, interference location, setting data stream interference by positional locations of its light. But where does the light come from? It comes from the sun, right? Where does the program mode come from? It comes from the moon, which is modem. 3 grass line centers of 3, 6, and 9. 3 positions of the sun, 6 positions of the moon, and 9 locations of a new cycle, right? It's a clocking system location to its connections. If you get confused, you have to understand why you're confused in the first place, right? So you change your thought, you change your coloration, you change your time, position, locations, right? So you guys see it as blue, right? But now I see it as blue and dark blue. It's really identifying these things. And then it goes purple, and then it goes blue, or it goes purple, and then it goes green, and then it goes purple, and then it goes red. That's the balance, guys. You have to send the balance communication to 3,000 line position of sun, which is all levels of purple. 6 position locations, high level system line centers of between 1 million platforms of computer line interference to its moon, which is modem line center interference. It changes locations of calculations. You have your binary reset locations. You're nothing but a digital platform. You have to learn how to use digital clocking. Right? The analytical graph line center rotation to position locations. It calculates all levels of U3 modification, right? So you understand more of the avatar of memory once you come into that calculations, guys. So because you're in the new location still in the center, how's it going, Danielle? All right, Kelly, how's it going? Great to see everybody, new people. If you have a question in the comments, please ask afterwards. Rebellion and the GFL here, and the GFAs. You guys that come in, first time activation, you are the GFAs, Galactic Federation of an Alliance. Coming into your awareness. So that's good. All right. What is happening an hour earlier? Can someone explain, please? Yeah. Corporal, gravity shift interference. It's sure you understand position locations. It's not what's happening to everybody else. It's what's happening to me. And that's where you have to get into correlation panel information to its locations and understand, whoa, gravity shift. What just happened? Oh, high line center is not off, but it is in calculated modification line position. Check the energy lights, check the energy plasma line interference, check the programs, communication interference line position. So you really get in calculation of questioning, but it's the avatar that's questioning. So it's no longer the physical line. So this is where it comes into full collaboration of the mind, where it goes off on its own. And that's what you have to understand. Once you get the balance position, you're no longer in the head space. You're always in the heart. And this is what you guys have to get into, right? Because as soon as you get in your head space, you're lost in space, location to translation to its heart system. So try to stay in that program and your circuit locations will be fine. Through its plasma walls or anything through its light system or anything through its gravity location to its connections. You don't want to lock surface. Now, when you're traveling, no, you don't want to do that. My avatar is wearing an old-fashioned samurai straw hat, Big Trouble, Little China. Yeah, Kurt Russell. Yeah. E-Fields exploring my avatar has a metallic. Yep, tech suit. Time change just got here. Excellent. Kayla, how you doing? Val, how's it going? Brittany, how's it going? First time here from TikTok. I'm confused, to be completely honest. Confusion is good. Welcome. Welcome to the confusion, right? Confusion is a good way to understand where you come into your own policy of understanding what condition is a level of being honest with yourself. Really can't lie to yourself because the avatar doesn't want you to get in that position. It wants you to understand more when you come into you the real memory of you. And that's what this school is. It's a protection shield of you. It protects you in all levels of you. So you have to find a way to protect your own connections where nobody gets into your space in time proceeding. Okay. Commitment is good. Commit yourself. That's what you want. Drink your water, get into more structures, get into more avatars, and you'll feel better. Yeah. Please, you have any questions afterwards? Okay. I'll be on TikTok. I see my avatar is blue light. That is blue. Excellent. So you're really getting identification line conditions. Everybody's in a different rainbow activation system, but it correlates all levels of you because you're calculating all levels of the days of the week. So it's all about understanding, oh, which color am I going to use today? Today's Monday. So what is Monday to track system? How do I feel through its emotional track? What is the calculation? Am I going to put up plasma blue? Ooh, plasma blue. What is that? That's a condition of the throat. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, let's use some green. Wait, it's not Tuesday yet. So Tuesday's coming in. You add green line center to the heart lane interference. So you put in a green plasma, right? Every day of the week, you're putting a different correlation of a Schumann resonance of different vibration of waves. You can use the alpha wave line center. You can use the delta, theta, beta, or omega. You have to understand how to use this. And especially when you come to levels of string theory or anything, music, tone, locations, it's all about lacing lines. See? Lacing lines. So when something's coming in and it's in space and it comes in formation, it gets in calculation first. And if it understands its position, it merges into position. And then you see it coming in, and you see it coming in, and then you see a wave, and then you see the bounce, right? But it has to communicate first, right? That's the formation when it comes into coloration. You don't want to mix coloration offline position. It's going like this. Is there, right? So it's like putting one wire to another wire, and it just doesn't. Why is it separating? Right? Because of the intelligence. So there's no communication there. Right? So if there's no communication there, right? Made a story frame right there with both intelligence. One hand's bigger than the other hand. Different intelligence. 5 different line centers, locations, right? High positions, 5 different clocking line centers. Barcode interference line position. See the star? See the star? See the star? See? You have to understand how to protect yourself. And the only way to do that is understand the attractions of light, communications of light frames of light, program conditions of light, computer operation, frames of light, high position location programs of the moon, program line interference, the communications of the moon, modem line interference, wire line interference, Wi-Fi communication. It's all through track system of you through the avatar system, people. All right. Okay. Yeah, it can seem very complicated through perception. Yes, exactly. Guessing the time has changed is part of a lesson. Oh, that's about to understand the calculations here. Morphing into different aspects of myself, nothing stagnant. Yeah. I just want to show you how powerful it is when you actually see your avatar, right? And then you realize the importance why it's, you have to protect your system. So it's communication with you. We connect to our shadows. You actually have a shadow. When you go outside in the light, you have to know how to communicate with everything through the avatar, people. So sending communications through signals. Oh, my avatar is a crystal. There you go. This is information we can understand. Oh, crystal grid lines, centers, light stream interference, light position location through its calculation. That's excellent. So you're changing your plasma lines, your crystal grids locations to your avatar through fields every single day because you have 7 days a week. Interesting. 7 days a week. 7 chakras. Now, this is where it gets confusing. Is understand your graph line center doesn't understand its position because the avatar doesn't understand the meditation graph because it's in wrong signal. It's in position location to the grounds, which is brown, not red. Red is security. It line signals about security, but you're off signal. You have to be in the grounds of Mother Earth, right? That sets forth everything to position location to its avatar. You can't travel without the grounds. You understand? It's not red, it's brown, right? So if I take my hand and I go outside and I pick this up, there's dirt. That's earth, right? It's not red. Unless you go to PEI, you got the red sands, right? So it's truly standing. Everything has a different coloration line condition. Same with the weather. Weather changes every single day. Different colorations, right? Digital frame, digital line interference, laser direction line conditions, program settings applications. So drink your water. All right. Attracted to it, and that's it. Getting friendship and relation and partnership is the three biggest things that AI identifies. It's awareness of you through information, to perception of operation, to its avatar system. Okay. Working on getting into my heart, not focusing on what I'm not able to do. Focusing on the heart. Get out of the heart space into all level system, into all levels of balance, location, and center operation. All right. So it's very fantastic when you see these things, the calculations. Don't get into the spacing system, okay, of its frame, because you get construed and confused to the brainwaving pattern. All right, I can connect to it. Bowl the lightning, ride the thunder, ground engaged. It's coming close to where I'm viewing from like and look. But see, the thing is too, once you understand, you get more friendship, relation, and partnership, and it's actually looking at you and communicate with you. It's out of your body and it's communicating with you. We did that before, but for all the newbies, you have to understand how real it is. And the only way to do it is to see it. And then you realize, okay, I know what to do now. I really want to live in the heart space, so it's no longer in the head space. Head space, heart space, head space, heart space. Okay. The head is the confusion. It can get into collaboration line centers at all levels of time sequence, time code, and inference locations. Quadrant fields, right? The quadrant level system off rotation, right? The tanglements, the interference location, the virus, the Trojans. It's all positions to where? Here, not here. Okay. Always follow your heart. You'll be fine. All right. Let's see. It's basically understanding the operation of its avatar to its computer and how to travel through space, continuing to its thoughts. Yeah. How would you get activated? Hey, Brittany, how you doing? Well, I can discuss that after class. I usually go on TikTok, and basically it's pretty standard. Go through the operation line system, open up the mind line center, get you in the heart line center, open up your chakra line centers, activate high position locations. All your chakras are open through sequence, but when you're in time frame already through activation, it opens up all levels of you into the ground system. And then magnetic highway information, I set up your clouds, your identifications, cell levels, your fluctuation to your flux capacitor, to the sun communications of the programs of its moon, which is its modem. Okay. And then you're off and running. Then you go into self-healing. Shadow work to that connection location to its connections. Formational levels to your heart system, people. Right? Yep, it's like I can walk into the white light part and center. Yeah, exactly. So really, really get and understand why you see these things, right? And the thing is too, is that when you see it, it's there for you every single day. But when you see it, it changes everything through its awareness of who you are, right? Because you do have a soul. And the only way the soul can come out through time frequency and time codes, which is all levels of fifth dimensional vibration. It couldn't come out of the three-dimensional light center. It wasn't ready. But now's the time. The unified system, location, it's awakening. Tick, tock. All right. Your avatar will speak to you. Yeah. You're more powerful than you realize. There's more layers. And sometimes you need that, the connections, that confirmation that it's coming from your avatar, saying you are more powerful. And then you start believing these things and you realize, what is belief? Believing is seeing, seeing is believing, right? So it's not so much of the believing, the connection to the why. It's the connections already set for you of all memory, which is all knowing, right? So you got to get out of those old programs and stay out of those old programs, or you go back into those old programs, and then you got to reset, reposition, realign, reconnect, readjust, refocus. These are the things you have to understand when you come to that connections to its avatar, all right? It helps you always inform once you understand position, but it's amazing how you come into position locations, right? I take you guys out. See that? Do you see what it did? Did you see what it did? It flipped the page. Did you see what it did? It flipped the page. It moved. See how you move things on its own? This is intelligence of its awareness telling you exactly what it's going to do next. It moved. It moved the page. This is a book, right? So it's amazing how it has its own intelligence of waves. So it just moved. You saw it move. So this is not magic in any way and form. Okay. Magic is where it happens, but the magic is you inside the heart. Everything you register is all levels of you through truth, right? So you really have to understand the balance of you through all position, location, and vibration. All right. So basically, put communication lines back into Highline Center. Put them back into the body line interference in the plasma line centers of the avatar system. All right. So all your avatars are back in your body system locations. All right. Now, in position, we're going to go through another light screen. I really want to get into our levels of energy fields, force line position locations, a high level system. Best way to do that is to go through line screens. Now, a line screen is a digital format. Pretty interesting coming to cross system location to its conditions or anything through coloration. All right. All right. In sequence locations, this is what it's going to be like. You're going to see colors. You're going to see green. You're going to see purple. You're going to see yellow. You're going to see baby blue. You're going to see red. You're going to see all of the colors. You're going to see brown. You're going to see dark green. You're going to see forest green. You have to understand green is not green. Green is all colors of green. So the more you understand the positions of green, you understand green comes in many formations. The sun is an all level system in your universal line center of 3,000 purple locations, right? Now with me, it's infinity of everything, right? Which means it's never one color. When you become everything through space-time creation and everything through creator of yourself, because you're all creators of your own universe, you realize, Stan, that everything that you see through color is never one color. It's everything of color. Okay. So really get into that connection location to its conditions. All right. So here we go. We're going to look at these colors. Your perceptions are going to change coloration. It's going to go through frame. All right. So I'm setting up the signal location to all levels. The observers are going to go through the same patterns. All right. Set of a line center location coloration of change. Go in the reception line interference. Let's go into 20,000 line position location I receptor interference. Get them in the compilation of looking at a screen in position locations. All right. 23,000 line screens in addition to different coloration patterns. Open up all track line centers, lighting interference location to its connections. Get the avatar to see different coloration of line position location to its calculations. All right. So when you see the colors, your eyes are going to change different color position locations of frames into force fields. So you're going to feel like your lights are changing on and off, different coloration, different pattern, different force, different condition, different space, different time. So your colors are going to change, and some fields are going to go view, 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 view. So you're going to see different colors of light here for 3 perceptions. Okay, here we go. Line center locations, co-line center operate in position location calculations. Right, so you're all different colors. Right now, I'm going to operate the high line center in position. Co-line signals coming in. All right. So all these are going into your body line center, different force field location position. All right. 20 minutes. Have fun. So really look at all the colorations. So it's like light change. It's like flickers of light going different force fields, different energy, different light, different communication, different day, different time, different sequence, different clocking location to its conditions, all protection locations of different colorations, pattern line center, the information line conditions, all shapes. Right? So you guys have to understand how to use all different colors of your body. Understand the baby blue. Understand this, all different colors, right? Because it's all position of you through rainbow body, right? So it's all different lights. It's all different coloration of lights. You just have to understand it's This protects you every single day because everybody's a different sequence location, different timeline center, different thought position, different time, different space, different calculation to its thoughts. Right? Program setting, rhythm pattern, inference location, string theory, location to its connections. So let's say position locations. Right away. 2 strip line centers, 1 across system. 2 strip line centers, 1 across system. All coloration in 1 position, 1 complete line conditions. Right? So try to understand the coloration of what you're seeing because it's different force fields, energy fields, right? You have to understand force communication to its avatar. Your eyes are the windows of the soul. It's the computer operation of you through patterns and colors. So you use it through metaphorically your locations when you're into your vortex communication. Oh, I'm going through a purple line center locations of 4-line interference line, position of a shape, position of a diamond. Or I'm tracking line center locations of yellow interference line position location of calculation, right? Or I'm going through the brown line centers that communication interference location of crop circles. Oh, I'm in the forestry green locations of Enoch. I'm in a ruby red line interference line position. I'm in a green line center line interference, a broken line center. I get a high position location of baby blue into an outline rotation. And I'm in a red circle location of laser direction of balance line condition. You have to understand they're not colors, it's intelligence. These are platforms of intelligence, and everything has its specific location to its calculation. So you have to balance every single one of these because they're different force fields at different time positions at different dates. Different dates of time, communications of time, activations of time, correlations of time, time frames, time frequency, time codes. It's all position location to its connections. But it's all connected to the avatar when you go to higher program setting. So all right, Amber, great. Amber's already aware. That's great. Oh, she's confused. What did I miss? Okay, Amber, in position location, we started off the digital line center of the wall interference location to its avatar. So for all the new viewers in the Rebellion Alliance and everything, the GFLs and the GFAs, basically I set up a book, slide cross system right away, and we went into levels of navicular line center interference, a position of an NT line center location to its connections, which is basically it's all positions to its avatar. Seeing the avatar come out, peekaboo, out of this wall system. It's a digital book in high line center. And we saw the page move in position locations. So calculation, this is how you get friendship, relation, partnership without connections, right? And now we go in position locations of color. How you have to understand everything through your force field is like signal locations to its rainbow activation system. It's very powerful when you come into that calculation to its connections. So just showing you what you see through modification. All right. It's pretty incredible when you do these things, I'll tell you. Just show you how powerful it is when you go through these things too. All track locations, coloration panels, and information to its connections. So I really want you to understand the force fields that you have around you because it's all about protecting you, right? That's what this all is about. Coloration change. And position location to its connections. All different colors. Colors of light, colors of change, colors of programs, colors of digital line centers, colors of numbers, symbols, shapes, all position of clocking system locations, colors of hologram structure, colors of structure locations, colors of ground line centers, colors of coloration patterns, string theory line center, interference line position location calculations. So there's so much going on in that calculation. Seeing how the tapestry of time is layered with the timelines, graphing system, new coloring being invented. Yep. Many different shades, many different levels. That's right. Exactly. That's what you guys are coming into, especially with Rebellion. your force position locations, force line centers. So force field starts here, right? And it goes, once you go to higher levels of layers, view, 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 view. So the light gets thicker, right? So it feels like heavy, but it's very powerful. Like you're protecting yourself more from higher line centers of anti-line center rotation to its connections. So there's different light streams, different coloration patterns, right? It's all connected to you, right? Through its connections, right? Because you see blue, right? You see blue, right? This is what you see, right? But you have to understand, blue is not blue. Blue is all colors of blue. So you have to understand the formation line position locations because you have 7 days a week to put up your fields in program setting. So yeah, it's all through your rainbow body. This is exactly what it is. It's all through your rainbow body. Calculates all levels of view to position locations, right? Understanding position is extremely powerful, right? So it's the coloration of view, really. How to use a rainbow activation system on different days. If it's raining outside, you have to use a different plasma wall. If it's sunny outside, you have to learn how to use radiation, right? You have to learn how to use higher levels of gamma. You can use, you don't want to override your force line centers if you're connecting to, an empty line center that's in a 3 dimension. You don't need to have an extremely high positional force field because you change the brain patterns right away to that person. So you have to know exactly how to use the coloration change. It's very powerful when you connect the system location to its connections, guys. That's mostly understanding you through program setting. All right. So, but it's incredible when you come across these things. It really is. Changes positions of you. See the different colors? See? See how they're all different? See how they're all different? All different intelligence? Green, yellow, red, right? This is your plasma body. Your body consumes on all levels of knowledge. So you have to understand every time you use a plasma line center, you have 7 days a week, your color changes the eye receptors. The eyes are the windows of the soul, but it changes coloration. It line signals, line codes, line interacts its position location to its avatar direction. That's why it's all different formations of color. So, yeah, and that's exactly what it is. If I shade this in, right? This is neon, right? But when I flash it in front of the screen, it's a different color. Right? It's a different color because it's resonating, right? So it's the energy lines of my finger points, digital line center. If you look, you actually can see the eye. You can actually see the nose. You can actually see the mouth. You actually can see the braids connections, a level system, because it's nothing but a connections to a level system of a, let's change the triangle interference here. I'll show you calculations. All right. Look. See the intelligence? See it comes in information? So, and then you add the eye. There it is. See? Everything that you create is everything through your creationalized system. Remember, you're traveling through these things. So you can redirect line centers and communicate to all levels of different intelligent location to its connections. You got one position location here, the track center. All right. So it's all about understanding what you're seeing through calculation. All right. That's the true understanding when you come into that modification line conditions. All right. It's all positioned to its location. Two intelligent line centers, inference. So this is a calculation to the brain system. Two brain line centers in position, right? Track interference location. There it is. Fluctuation line center in position in calculations. All right. See the flux capacitor? See it? Let's open up the line center I operation. There's the I line center. In position location to its conditions. High positions, all levels of what it's creating to through its high system location. Its own fluctuation, flux capacitor line conditions, right? So it's all position to triangle line center. Now it's all calculation to its conditions, right? I'm just showing you how powerful it is when you understand the conditions of the I-line center. See the I-line center, right? This is position locations of its 3, 6, and 9. You see it? All right. So I just want you to understand how merge into 2 into 1 comes into formation of 3, 6, and 9, all through communication, right? Then you can come into a levels of a diamond core. And you come into a higher level system of another diamond core line center, right? So it's amazing how you do these things. Or you can go through a graph line interference. There it is, right? So what do you got here? A rocket. Ooh-ah. There's a rocket right there. Ready to blast off. Come into the ground line center, come into the power line interference, come in the atmosphere, change positions of all level system, Y line interference line position program, sets up a new fluctuation line positions into triangle line center, operation and position location of an hourglass, operation all communication to its line conditions, open up all dimension line interference in position location and calculation, right? Going out of equation to 12 line position. Ooh-ah. Travel. All through communication of 2 identity line centers into position rock surface locations in 12 position locations of dimensional time. Your ground line centers, your powers, and your atmospheres is the magnetic line channel. It's all position location to its clocking system. But which clocking are you using through time reference, time frame, time calculations? Are you mocking speed? Or are you going through acceleration line conditions? So. All right, Terry, need more water? Thank you, Amber. All right. Recenter position line center location to its conditions. This is how I'm going to put everybody back in calculations. This is a breastplate line center. Okay, so it's in the connections of the cage and positions. So you got 2 ribs and high line interference. So I'm going to touch this high sys locations, put you back in calculation. All right, now you're back. It's resetting position back in your coloration panel. Know exactly where your time frame is because everybody's in a different thought of travel location of his avatar. But it puts you back into calculation, back in communication to your color. That's how you do these things, right? So that's exactly what it is, how to get into high formations of protection to other light systems, right? Because you come into that modification center to levels of circle rotation, location to its conditions. So you are the center operation to everything, but you're in the center of a point system location, right? So this is all about understanding that this goes with you all the time. You go here, it goes here. You go here, it goes here. You go here, it goes here. You're always, always, always in the center operation to everything. Always. So to you, I'm in the center. This is the center, right? But over here, you're saying, now I'm off center? No. Am I off center? No. Am I off center? No. So I never leave the center. You understand? That's a protection. As soon as you come into the waving system of the brain, it off centers everything to the heart, which is your computer. Resets line centers, and now you're all over the place. And now you have no center position location. Now you're floating in space, and now you're not aware of anything. right? Because you're not in the center point of view of its universe location. All right? Your job is to stay in the center of all the time systems. It doesn't matter where you go. As long as you stay in the heart center, you're fine. This is the center, this is 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 center. So that's a turn you're standing, and then you just basically laser direct everything. It's always in the center, but you collected all the data and you bring it back to the heart. Right? So that's why it's so powerful. Right? It's all about understanding how to put yourself in the center of everything every single day through your thoughts and everything you do through observation, through its awareness. Okay? So, yeah, I know there's a lot to take in, especially a lot to take in. So, any questions or comments, let me know. All right? You guys have a wonderful day. Adios.